Dear learners, today we are going to discuss about the basics of PHP. As we all know, PHP is a basic scripting language which is used for web development. As per the definition, PHP is a recursive acronym for PHP, that is Hypertext Preprocessor, and it is widely used open source general purpose scripting language that is specially suited for web development and can be embedded into HTML. From here we are going to discuss about the definition of PHP, what we have stated just now. PHP is a server-side scripting language. There are codes that can be executed either on the client machine or on the server side. So the code which is written in PHP is first executed on the web server and then the output come to the client machine in the form of HTML code. That is why we are saying PHP is a server-side language. The another word in this statement is a scripting language. Scripting means what? When a language is embedded in some other languages, then such language is called as scripting language. Here PHP is embedded within HTML text or vice versa. That is why here we are calling PHP as a scripting language. PHP scripts are executed on the server side, we have just discussed, because the PHP code is executed on the server, web server, and after execution the output will return back to the client machine. PHP supports many databases like MySQL, Informix, Oracle, Sybase, Solid, etc. So for a dynamic website, generally we used to keep records in the form of tables in a database. So PHP is versatile. Through PHP we can connect with any database in order to perform some basic operations like insert, update, delete, select, etc. The next is PHP is open source software. So we already know the meaning of open source. We need not to purchase any license for it. It is freely available on the website. We can download either WAMP or XAMPP, and through which we can execute our PHP code. PHP runs on different platforms like Windows, Linux, Unix, etc. So it is not platform dependent. Once it is created, it can be executed on any machine, on any manufacturing device. PHP is compatible with almost all servers used today like Apache, IIS, etc. Now here why we are using these intermediate web servers? These intermediate web servers provides a variety of services, like for example, if there are n number of users that are trying to visit your website or they are asking for a particular web page of your website, so in order to control the traffic we are requiring intermediate softwares, or we can say intermediate web servers like Apache or IIS. So whatever we are building, all the PHP programs will be stored on the root directory of these intermediate web servers, and through which we can access them. These intermediate web servers are used for defining which page to serve first and which to last, so it is managing the traffic on the internet. PHP is free to download from the official PHP website, that is php.net. It is easy to learn and runs efficiently on server side. Now the word easy to learn, this PHP code, the syntax that we are using in PHP is very much similar to those which we have already learned in C, C++ and in other programming languages. A bit of introduction about MySQL, because PHP works well with MySQL database. MySQL is a database server. It is ideal for both small and large applications. MySQL supports standard SQL, which stands for Standard Query Language. MySQL compiles on a number of platforms and it is free to download and use. Now we move on to the PHP programming. As we say, PHP is a scripting languages and the code of PHP can be embedded with other programming languages. So here we are going to give you an example where we are embedding the PHP code within a HTML text. If we have to define a PHP code, as you can see on the screen, angular bracket with question mark and preceded by PHP, this we have to write for the starting of PHP code, and question mark and the angular bracket is used for closing the PHP tag. Now this is a small program of PHP. Here we are embedded the PHP code within the HTML codes. So this is what a simple HTML text. We started with HTML head, which is an optional thing, and then body. In the body we have used the angular braces, the question mark and PHP. Now it indicates that your PHP code is started from this place. Now whatever is written between these two tags will be your PHP code. Now here we have used echo. Echo is same as print in your C language or cout in your C++ or system.out.println in Java likewise. So by using echo, whatever is written in the double quotes will be displayed on the screen. In this program, a PHP script will be displayed when we compile and execute this program. PHP code is executed on the server. We have already discussed about it, generating HTML which is then sent to the client. The client would receive the result of running that script but would not know what the underlying code was. Now this also helps us to maintain the security of our web pages. As we said, the PHP code is executed on the server. After executing on the server, the result will be then transferred to the client machine in the form of HTML. Your PHP code is not visible on the client machine, so it provides security also. Now it's a small slide depicting how these things works. Like as you can see on the screen, the first page is a PHP script in which the PHP code is written or embedded within the HTML text. Now this is your .php file. Now this file is stored on the web server, either we are using Apache or some other web server. So in the root directory, in the root directory of the Apache, this PHP code is stored, is saved. Now after executing the code, it is then converted into an HTML file. Now this file comes from web server to the client machine, and on the client machine you will find the output as hello, I am here. So this output is a result of this HTML code, and this HTML code is generated once this PHP program is executed on the server side. This is how it executes. Now here we are using the HTML tags, and within that we have used a PHP script. Within the PHP script we have written single quotes here, and in the previous program there was double quotes. So both single quotes and double quotes can be used in order to depict a comment within the echo statement. Now within these single quotes we have used again this HTML tags, that is the paragraph tag. Now till now we have seen the PHP tag within HTML. Now this example is an example of within HTML we are having a PHP tag, and again within the echo statement we are again writing the HTML tags. So if you have to write a HTML tag within the PHP, then you have to use in the single quote statements. The page rendering, it renders as HTML that looks like this. So this whole PHP file is now converted into a HTML file. This program is extremely simple, and you really did not need to use PHP to create a page like this. All it does is display hello world using the PHP echo statement. Think of this as a normal HTML file which happens to have a set of special tags available to you that do a lot of interesting things. Now within that echo statement we can write n number different kinds of HTML tags, whether if you want to make the text bold or italic, or you want to change the color of the text, or you want to make a heading, etc. So all those HTML tags can be used within this echo statement. Similarly, as we can use echo for displaying the output on the screen, we are having one more tag that is called as print. Rather than tag, we can say print is a statement again which is used for displaying the content on the client machine. So why PHP has given two options, echo and print, for a similar purpose, for displaying the content on the screen. They are almost same, but the only difference is one is not returning any value As you can see on the screen, echo and print are more or less the same. They are both used to output data to the screen. The only difference is echo has no return value while print has a return value of 1. So, it can be used for expressions also. Echo can take multiple parameters, although such usage is very rare, we can see in the coming slides. While print can take one argument, echo is marginally faster than print. As you can see on the screen, what comments we can use on PHP. In PHP, we can use // for single line commenting and hash is also for single line commenting, but if we have to make a multiple line comment, so it will be a slash and asterisk, and in between you can write any number of statements. It will not be a part of your program, but can be used as comment for providing support to the programmer. So, here we are going to end this video. This is about the basics of PHP, the print statement, the echo statement, and the comments that we can use in a PHP script. So, in the next video, we are going to discuss more about PHP like variables, operators, etc. So, this is it for this video. Thank you all.